September 2023, you posted a very sad note about your miscarriage.
I was experiencing a double miscarriage, a quadruple miscarriage. Almost everything that I was working on, from spiritually to physically, I lost them. I thought that I would die.
Gasha was supposed to be the Daphne of the industry.
That's something that I fought personally because I saw that people wanted to use it to mislead the entire industry. People tried to pitch us against each other. Everyone who walked up to me said the opposite. She walked up to me. She knows what she told me.
What's your relationship with Daphne like? What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about you?
Most people don't like me. All through my career, I've not really been in people's faces like that. I've just been mostly releasing music underground. I've not really granted many interviews. I've selected my collabos where I've been very picky about almost everything. So most people don't really get the chance to interact with me personally.
What do you think our industry needs right now?
It will take a lot of therapy, a lot of unteaching what has been taught.
It's 10 years of Gasha talking to your 20-year-old self. If you were to start over again, what would you do differently?
If I had to speak to my younger self, I would help more people. Blessings are what happens when you help people.
What's up, my friend? Welcome to this episode of ARREYB. Before we jump straight into today's episode, I'd love to specially invite you to take 10 seconds and join our 21,000 plus smart friends on emails. I've been sending out emails for the last couple of years, and most of my friends will always write back and say these are the favorite things that they look forward to on the internet every month. And so once you join our 21,000 plus smart friends using the link in the description below, we're going to send you out a mind-blowing email once every month for free. And you're going to get an email every time that an amazing episode like this goes live. So if you're joining us for the very first time or you're new to everything that we do, I'd love to say special welcome. Don't forget to hit the follow button wherever you listen to your podcast. And please check out the links in the description for very helpful resources. We're creating a space where people can openly share themselves and can also be themselves. And that's the reason why one of the questions we always open by, that we start by asking the guests is, how are you feeling about yourself in this current phase of your life? And I know that you're answering this when it's 10 years of Gasha. So how does Gasha feel about herself in this current phase of her life?
I feel kind of smug. To be very honest, I'm an accomplished young lady, and every day God just confirms and reaffirms to me that I'm on the right path and I went about it the right way. That's what's most important for me. And I'm really proud of myself. I'm proud of what I've stood through. I'm proud of what I've persisted through, what I've fought through, things I didn't allow to crush my spirit. I didn't allow myself to pick up some bitterness and all that. I'm proud of all of that. Yeah, and that person who has conquered themselves on the level on which I have consciously conquered mine is ready to go anywhere they want to be, and it's not really about competition. It's just they are the shit,
Yeah, I was talking about it last time when I said to you, I said a lot of people will listen to you or just seeing your personality from afar will think that you are the kind of hardcore person. It's kind of tough people. But when I look through you, I feel like this. Yeah, I think you are, because it takes a level of toughness to succeed in the industry and to succeed at what you do, because you need to have a blend of both. But when I look at you as well, I feel like underneath there is a very soft side to you that this is how I think, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Once we break through the tough side, there's a very vulnerable and soft side on the other edge that becomes very, very, I don't want to say weak, but very vulnerable with the people that you choose to be vulnerable with. So how would you describe your personality to those who are probably, what do you think your personality is?
My personality, I'm a firstborn, I'm the firstborn of 7 kids. I'm the first grandchild on my paternal side. You know what I'm saying? So I am very tough and I'm very protective as a person, and if you successfully cross that line, if you successfully make it through that wall, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a two-way thing. If you succeed and I let you, you will meet someone who would hardly stop at anything to be there for you. Yes, because
Right.
that's how I am. I'm called to be like that. I have so many younger sisters and brothers in my family. We don't say cousin, all those things, nephew. We don't use those things. We
Mhm.
just say brother, sister, mommy, daddy, period. It ends there. So I'm used to being responsible for a lot of people at the same time. So it makes you every single thing and emotion and quirk that you have is like 10 times emphasized because you need
Mhm.
way more love, way more stamina, way more discipline, way more firmness, and way like a lot more of everything else. Yeah. So sometimes individuals cannot really take my energy because I've practiced. That's who I am. My energy comes everything comes like times. It's not just like the normal energy you meet.
You were telling me about your family. What was it like growing up for you?
So much fun. It's an experience that I really hope other kids can have even just a bit of, just a little, because I grew up in a believing family. I grew up in a very supportive family. The love, like I was saying earlier, the love is on 100%. Like I hear things happening in other families, I'm like, oh my god, this is a movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're on a whole other level you know of understanding of God, of understanding of ourselves, and we enjoyed what is called family love so fully, and we still do. So it's very my family is my backbone, literally, on every level. Financial, that I've gotten my highest financial assistance from my family. Everything highest is not them, as a matter of fact. Yeah. So
Right.
it was a privilege growing up with my family.
Earlier on in your career, you moved to the US where you study, and then from there, you kind of. Where was the point when you developed the love for music, and where was the point where you decided where you went? Now I want to start doing music full time.
Yes, that was when I went to Yaoundé. I tried to travel to the States, and I tried to get my father's rich friends to help.
Mhm.
And it was working, and then everyone found out that I was going to major in music, arts, that kind of thing them. And the energy just dwindled one way, you know what I'm saying? And I was in Yaoundé. I had some change on me. I was supposed to use that money to follow up to do all my papers and all those things. I had that change on me. I was just like, what? Why am I really fooling myself? Why? Some years from now, I'll be regretting. I'll be bitter. I'll be killing myself. I know it. Like, it's not even that I'm excited or whatever. I had to break through shyness. I had to break through so many things. I uploaded some really good songs and was even approached by some English blogs, labels and stuff. And my immediate reaction was to delete them fast from SoundCloud. And
Mm.
like, you know what I'm saying? I panicked. I was just like, down, down, down. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for the work. So, I mean, I had to work through so much to actually accept my calling. It's not like I woke up and, oh my god, yeah, my job is I'm going to be a star. Yes, I'm going to be on this. Nah, it was not that journey at all. It was
Right.
literally you. It's like they tell you that, hi, you need to you could be an astronaut, you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, and then someone tells you, but you know what? I think you should just sell yams. You should sell yams. That's what you should do. And then
Mm.
and then it's like, oh my god, but you don't understand the nobility in selling yams, and you have to find the journey to
Right.
understand what the true nobility in selling yams by the road, what the spiritual position, the spiritual position it gives you, the physical and everything. Why are you the one? Because you know who you're talking to. You're not just guessing up and down to think. You ask God for your purpose. So you have to actually, like, I had to go through that journey to understanding
Mhm.
why. And when I was starting my career, I wanted to do like what Sia is doing right now. Like I wanted to have a mask. Like those were the kind of things I had in my head. Like I'll be covered or no one will
Mm.
know that this is
Mm.
that I'm this is me, and then I'll be eccentric like that, and I'll just be really, just cool like that. And it was more in that direction. And but the arts was already in me. I am art. Like, I'm just art, as an actor, as a singer, as a dancer, as a creator, just in every single thing creative and artistic. That's who I am. So it was very easy. It was easy. And to some stubbornly, I was like, nah, master, let me just stay here. I know that I'm going to look like the stupidest, dumbest, most careless, most insensitive, most ungrateful piece of rat. But I will stay here. I will just quit because I was really in UB law school year two. I was really going to year three. I was just like, nah,
Mm.
I will stay here. Imagine I quitting. I was just finish year three now. All those feelings.
Yep.
Everybody was mad now. Master, come on. But that was the time. It was not another time. And I was like, you know what? I know myself. I love school. I know the kind of school I love. I will study music. I'll study all of these things I want to do, like on every level that I need to know them on. But this is what I need to be doing with my life right now. I need to start figuring out. I know it's not going to be easy, but I need to start sometime. I was never know where to go at first. I just trying to talk to people here and there. Most people didn't really get my genre or even my vibe. I used to dress weird. People used to find me weird. Literally, I was that guy when I was walking by the road. People would just look at me weird, even before I started singing. Yes, it was just me. So
Mm.
I was always kind of a misfit. So it was a journey. It was quite a journey to deciding that this is how I'm going to make my family proud. This is how I'm going to give back to society. This is how I'm going to make my money. It was a real journey to deciding. And let me tell you something. That journey starts every day because at some point, at every point, you just want to stop. You just want to quit, and you have to
Mm.
reaffirm your calling, and you have to reaffirm your purpose, and you have to realize that you've not even started realizing that purpose yet, so you cannot quit. So it's like, it's like something that's reoccurring. It happens all the time. And that's the thing. But about the states, like when I was living for the states, honestly, I was happy. Sometimes bad feelings inspire good things, and bad things
Yeah.
inspire good things,
Totally
especially
agree.
people. Yeah. So I had been put in a position after the messy split with my people, the people I was working with, my label. I don't want to get
Mm.
into that. It had been really messy. And it was crazy how the masses so easily just went with some crazy, crazy
With
freaking
social media
narrative
narrative.
that were out there. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh my goodness gracious, like, how do you even start telling your story? These people will
Mm.
not even believe you. Do anything you start to say now, they just be like, oh my gosh, she wants attention, or she wants sympathy, all those things. And I don't like to be pitied and all of that. I make my point and I move. I don't really care to be pitied. You can empathize with me, that's human, but I don't really care for pity. So
Do
I
you
was just
ever
like,
regret? Do you ever regret the move where you forgo the US for Cameroon?
I used to, when I came out from the US, right? For three
Mm.
years after for 3 years I was in Cameroon. After I came out, that was 2017, 2018, 2019. For those 3 years, I would just look at this place. I was like, who sent me? I was
Mm.
like, who really send me? Like, now, if no be Balok, so now who send me? Who tell me say I feel? Who say I be Jesus Christ? Who send me? But why did I ever really feel say I was bad? So those are the questions I was asking myself. I was just like, before
Mm.
people wanted to laugh at me, I was like, guys, you guys do not fucking regret. Like, people were close to me, like, girl, this is really what you came and give your life. Look at this people talk to you. Look at this people treat you. Look at how they treat your releases. Look at their values. Look at their priorities. They don't have
Mm.
money for people like you. They don't have time for people like you. Look at who they're endorsing. And it was just like, man, what the hell? And every time you do some really awesome work from your heart and you expect that the energy would connect, like you would just connect, you know what I'm saying? And you realize that people are intentionally resisting that school of thought, that those ideas
Mm.
and all of that for the I would say flimsiest reasons, besides ignorance. Because besides
Yeah.
ignorance, what is your excuse? So it was like that for some time, and I really regretted. But at the end of the day, I asked myself some really terrible questions. I was like, God, I don't understand why you make me a Cameroonian. I don't understand. You're supposed to love me. Why? I
Mm,
don't fit in. That the kind of thing that they make people them for. I don't see all kind of people, white boy them, Asian them, Arab them, do crazy shit for their skin because they don't really feel they don't really feel accepted. They don't feel like they belong for a place where they be born to be for the
mhm,
So I was like, what was this? I asked that question. I prayed about it. I asked questions. I mean, I spoke to people who I deemed like I thought were intelligent enough. I spoke
mm,
to them. I was like, nah, what was this? Like, because to be realistic, it looks like it's impossible to break this barrier. Like, I can hope and pray that one day people's minds mature and evolve to the level where they at least give themselves a chance to see check out other options. I just realized that, Masa, you are here for a reason. Your mother is Cameroonian. Your father is Cameroonian. That's the
mm,
king, that's the queen. Their parents are royalty before them. Their ancestor before they're all royalty. Is your
mm,
calling, is your bantu, is beautiful. Don't let the minds, the current brainwashing of people make you,
mm,
forget or hate or feel bad for your country or where you're coming from or your village or any no. Don't even hate them for it anymore. Like, I like to think that if they knew better, they would maybe do different. So
right,
it was just like, yeah, when I came to peace and to terms with that through so many stages of learning, so it was
mm.
really practical. It was a really practical journey.
Right. There's a lot to unpack from what you've just said, and I like the way the place you're carrying the conversation because I can relate to a lot of it. One of the things you said is the nobility in the calling, which I relate to a lot. And for me, for example, I'll give you an example. I run a marketing agency. We're helping entrepreneurs, business owners to get clients on social media. So one time I sit down with my team and I'm saying to them, look, the nobility in what we're doing, first, is a superpower that we're able to sit down on our tables, do marketing for these businesses and get them clients wherever they are. But we think about it in a different perspective, in a more deeper perspective. For example, when I say that every single time we help a business to get more clients on social media, let's say that the business sells water. If we help a company to sell 1,000 bottles of water, we have in another way helped to better the lives of 1,000 people around the world. And that is the mentality with which we carry ourselves when we work as part of the team. Which leads me to the reason I share that is because I wanted to ask you, as you mentioned about nobility.
I need everyone to understand that freedom is not just a concept, or it's not
Mm,
just a state of peace or a state of chill or all of that. It's a place where you can mentally allow yourself, you can be free, be bold to think for yourself and to
right.
make decisions. Because if there's one thing, people ask that if there's God, why is there evil? No, you're dumb, be quiet, don't question God. There's evil because God gave free will and He respects it. Everyone could have been a robot that He possessed, like the devil likes to possess and control people, and He has everyone doing exactly what He wants them doing. But He created you as a human being and gave you a free will, a right to choose what you want to do for yourself, how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And people like to take away the right, like people's rights to think, and people's just they just for the minimum sense of self enjoyment, and people do it a lot to so many mediums, and it's most of them is indirect, and all types of methods to brainwash and control people's minds, and place it wherever they want it to be at whatever time for whatever they're trying to achieve at that point in time, and
Mm,
all of that. And you see, even our small societal setups here contributing to that. Life is about succeeding. We are born on earth, and the first thing our parents start thinking about, the first thing we start thinking about, even before we get conscious, is how to walk. I want to successfully walk. When you see a 1 year old, when they walk, they are so happy. They are so happy. You see the joy in their souls. That little human is happy to have learned, to have grown, to have done something productive, to have done. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody wants to succeed, wants to walk towards success. Now, how do you want to get it? That's the biggest mode of control that the mind controllers all over the world use to capture pure souls, to capture people and thwart the the purpose of people from something that would change the world to something that would maybe just serve them, a few people around them, and damage so many people, because that's the only way things happen when you are being 100% selfish, or even just 75% selfish, as a matter of fact. So I'd like for people to know that you can succeed with God. It's very important for me. And for me, it's like a reality TV of my own life that I'm watching too. Because sometimes I'm like, God, I know the standard of things I want to achieve. Look at what reality is projecting on me. Can I really do this? Can I
Why
really
is that
get there?
important for you?
Because it's important for kids to know the right way to succeed. That determines
Oh,
their thought process, that determines the future, that determines everything about tomorrow. Our generation has seriously regressed. Very few of us think like this, very few of us. So the majority, they take pride in spouting stupidity and pushing it. Most people, they are promoting it since let me say that, I would like say 20, 15 years ago, that Kim K and the Botox industry and all those industries and all those things started popping, and they started really encouraging more based, like debasing morality, humanity, and all those things, and really glossing over crazy things, and people just getting used to things they shouldn't get used to. You know what I'm saying? And you look at now, look at kids, look at what's going on with the Pogba situation, look at everybody. If you come to this Douala here, we're complaining, but if you go to the streets, for instance, even sometimes among most, even like classic kids are the most langa. It's crazy how they are so rich, but they always want more, more, more. It's crazy how, yeah, it's crazy how like less privileged children, they have those values of let me try and work hard more than people who have been privileged. I have seen it. I'm not going to argue. You understand? Like, but if you line up those girls and you ask them that, and you tell them that, okay, right now you're standing here, you have no place to go, you have no house to stay, you have no food to eat, your mother is sick, you tell them all those excuses, like, what will you do? She'll tell you that with a straight face that she'll go and sell her body. Who, somebody taught her that? Somebody taught her that. Some people grow up funny, but somebody taught her that. So it's important for people to choose the right means to success. Some people go and get involved in things that they don't even understand, spiritual setups that they don't even know what's going on with spirituality. First of all, you just run and going there. You know, I want people to look at my life. I want the youths, the people coming up now, my younger brothers and sisters, even 40-year-olds, 70-year-olds, because there are people who are 70 now, they're still trying to ask God that, God, really, is it really over for me? Really? I know that I'm 70, but I was once 10 and I once had dreams. Is it going to really still happen for me? That people all over, I want to inspire people that God is the shortest cut. There's no two ways about it. There is no two. People try to disassociate it, but you cannot disassociate it. And when you, and the harder you try to disassociate it, the more you find yourself in the woods, in the bush, because you're just trying to fight energies that you clearly don't comprehend. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important for us, even if you are not weird. I don't worship in a temple and it's just all those things. Even if you are not weird, you don't have to be religious. I'm not for religion. I'm for faith. I'm for believing. I'm not religious. I don't respect religious people. Like all these pastors that cause people to fall and be trembling on the floor, all those things. I'm not for those things. I'm for a mind that is for God and that wants to understand Him without the dilution of people, the Roman Catholic Church, this other perspective, that other perspective. No, no, no.
what's up, guys? Very quick one before you keep watching the rest of the video. So we have just announced the launch of the Smart Club, which is my private mentorship club for anyone who wants to learn a high income digital marketing skill. So I just wanted to have a quick break to tell you about it. 12 plus digital marketing skills that you can learn from, whether you're building your personal brand, whether you want to become a freelancer, a service provider, or your goal is to learn that digital marketing skill and land a digital marketing job. 12 plus digital marketing skills, and I'm personally going to mentor you for the next couple of months every week through my live master classes and everything like that. And so I just wanted to break here and ask you to go check it out. Down in the description there's going to be a link. Go check it out and make sure that you enroll in the club before you continue watching the rest of the video. I look forward to seeing you on your very first club session.
So I think that kids should, like, people should really get those core values and just put in them. It's not hard, it's not boring. My life is not boring. I have a really fun life. Like, trust me, I have way more fun than so much more people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. I have principles. You know, you understand what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And some people think it takes time. It's slow. No, you just have to. You just have to. No, no. It's the fastest means. And when you see people who try to go fast that way, you realize that somewhere in the future they start to wish they never. Some of them have posted on social media. I wish I never. I wish you. Some people take it for jokes. Some people think they're joking. Some people think it's, but the people are speaking their minds. They're tormented. They're good. Excuse me. They're going through hell. You understand? So, I think that like, what's the essence of your life? If you come and then you just make whatever choices on every single domain, and of your existence and your purpose, and then you really leave no footprints. You really leave no real impact. And yeah, so I'm here for people who are about that, you know. Yeah.
A lot of people will watch this and would not believe that this is Gasha speaking,
Really?
because I don't think that this is the side of you that a lot of people have heard or have experienced. Um,
Really?
but let me dig a bit more into your catalog. There's something which I find very special and unique with your music, and I said this to you before. The zone and the way you tread is different from others in the sense of how you are able to play along and to try and to test different genres of music without being afraid that you're going to lose the fan base, right? If you listen to Fake Love, that's a slow. If I listen to Romeo and Juliet, that's a reggae. If I listen to Spirit, those are all three different genres of music. And the thing I find from you is that boldness and that ability to try these different genres of music, which by the way, you succeed in them. Where does this bonus come from, and how are you able to just successfully execute, not being afraid to lose the fans, but putting out this body of work that makes a lot more sense, by the way?
Thank you so very much. I appreciate your review. That is a really good question, and especially that specific part where you speak about the bonus, because I will not even ask myself that question on a regular, because God inspires me with those songs. And if I tell you the stories of how each and every one of those pieces come to me, you will be completely blown away. So it's like when the spirit gives me the music, and because sometimes I get the purpose, I feel an energy before it comes. I start to feel like, okay, there's some sad energy around the world, and that's what people know about me. I'm capable of picking emotions. It works against me sometimes, but that's
Mm,
me. I can pick emotions from Russia literally, and I'll be so accurate about them literally. Yeah. So I was just feeling like there's so many people hurting right now. There's so many people suffering from the fact that this thing is being ignored right now. There's so many people thinking and feeling about this. There's people trying to talk about this. I wish to talk about this. I know that's God making it available in my heart, you know. He's just guiding me that you need to talk about that. And sometimes I talk about this, and it's even 3 4 years that you see that thing happening like a movie, and I flashback and I remember even how the visions of the song came to me, and I was like, if you say this, people will say I am not. They'll just take you and just start operating your head. In fact,
Tell me a
they'll
funny
just say
story.
you're
Tell me a
mad.
funny story about one of the times when you had a crazy song.
Let me say the story of murder. Um,
Mhm.
it's like a sequel to so many feelings that had been coming to me, you know, and warnings that had been coming to me about my society, about where I was, you know what I'm saying, and about some serious impending danger that was
Mm,
coming because of so many little things that had been completely ignored, and people being so distracted by what they thought is the problem, by what they've concluded is a problem. Meanwhile, you don't need to think too much to realize that they're not only knocking on the wrong doors, that is not the problem, and just so much. And I just knew that it was the adversary was about to work, and it was about to be crazy. And if you listen to Murder, this is our Africa, it's our president flow. It's like you already know what's going to happen. You've seen the blood, you've seen the corpses, you've
mm,
seen even sometimes faces that sometimes you see later and you are like, oh my, you know what I'm saying. And you are just like crying along, and then like kind of making a prayer
mm,
for. Hmm. So there were like moments like that. Sorry. So there were like moments like that, even in several other domains of like life, in like women suffering, you know,
mhm,
wives suffering. If you listen to Ashawo games, I'm talking about the fact that men so easily throw away the value of what it is to keep a home, and to keep the keeper of the home, and to even just respect themselves. And I realized that people were not even realizing how far that can go to start a war before any political arguments. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And people were never realizing certain things that, because the devil tries to disassociate things and act like they're not related, but they are more than related. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So there were several times that, yeah, most of the time, even the theme song for the tour, if it came to me in a way that, like, it's a whole movie on its own, and
Mm.
that is not a release. Yeah, each and every piece that came to me was like that. Like, it was mostly people need this, people need to hear this, people need to, and all that. And that was always my, the best way I could really, that's the best way I can actually communicate
And I
my.
know you talked about, you made mention of if you were, said one of the things, one of the reasons why you keep trying different genres, you talked about not going with the trend because there's a lot of trend, and then you related that
Exactly. That's
to,
why I was talking about you asking that question, because now that last time you made me think about it, like,
right.
I would notice someone who's not doing it or who's doing it, but I never thought about it. But because it was never part of me, first of all, to
Mm.
think about. I'm very stubborn to think about adapting certain very powerful principles, which I know I have tried and proven that this is the better way. You understand? Until we find a better way, this is the better way. You understand what
Mm.
I'm saying, right? And
Yep.
and then is all of that. There's no. So I just make my music. When it comes to me, God can blow me up. Baby, quand je te vois, tout le monde, it's God. It's beautiful. Like you said, it's
Mm.
always perfect. It's not because it's me, it's Him. I just know how to really, like, hear it. I've trained myself to be able to hear it. So when you're trying to look for hits, when you're trying to look for the next big song, you cannot hear that part. You have to be yourself. You get tired of being that person. That's not you. You're singing for the wrong crowd. You have the wrong crowd
Mm.
applauding you, and then after some time, you cannot keep up with that crowd anymore. And if that crowd sees anything that seems a little bit more authentic than you, they leave you, and you realize that it was not
Ooh.
really your crowd. You understand? And they were not really with you,
And
and
they're
it
cheering
was
for the next
sad.
person.
Yeah, the cheering for the next person that seems to be trying to pretend to do that thing that you're trying to do for their sake, or to appeal to them, or to be liked by them, or all of that. So what is the point? Humans are so bipolar. You just need to keep it real to yourself the best way you can. I used to tell my friends that are starting businesses that don't build it on the trend.
Right.
Don't. Yes, if you think the trend is fun, have a good time, tap in, dance, whatever, do whatever, but don't make it your base. Don't make it the basis on which you're projecting your future, your outcome, where you'll be standing in the next 3 years. That is so. It's like a sandcastle. It's like the water must come at some point. The water must come, the tide must increase at some point. Yeah, so it's not profitable for me. So it's not even an energy that I admire, or that I could be like, you know what I'm saying? If like, there's some songs that really came up and they were so powerful, they got trendy. That's different. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
that's something else. There were some moments in music, in art, in movie that came up and they were so powerful, they got trendy because they were inspiring, because they were revolutionary. That is something else. But building your whole entire thing on a really flimsy trend is not really forward thinking.
Hmm. The thing that I hear you say is that you're anytime, any day in your career, in your music and your body of work, you are going to choose authenticity over a trending sound, over the trending thing. I think that if we go online and say, what do you think about Gasha, would have a varied thoughts. There are people who look up to you who will be like, musically, we haven't seen your kind of, we are yet to experience your kind of talent in Cameroon, or someone who comes close because you occupy like a unique space in your genre, not just in your genre, but like just your space, the body of work that you bring out. But also there are people who just have different ideas of who
I
Gasha
know
is
that the
because of
majority
what the
people.
media has portrayed.
Exactly. The
And
majority of people
so
don't like me.
I want to hear from the horse's mouth. That's why I'm asking this. So if I were to ask you, Gasha,
Majority.
what is the biggest misconception about you, and
They
what
don't
are
know
you
what
going
they're
to do
missing
about it?
out
So,
on. They don't know what they're missing out on. I'm the sweetest person alive. And I'm not saying this to Just thought people don't. Most people don't like me, and it's okay. I
Why do you
cannot
think they
blame
don't
them
like you?
because they don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Because like all through my career, like I've not really been in people's faces like that. You know what I'm saying? I've just like been mostly releasing music underground. I've not really granted many interviews. I've selected my collabos where I've been very picky about almost everything. Um,
Mm,
you don't really see me in the normal gatherings and all the hype spots and everything. So most people like don't really get the chance to interact with me personally and like that, like on a really high level. And what they know is, oh, she smokes weed. What they know is, oh, she crazy, she's rude, she's impulsive. All those, I don't know what people say. The few that have come to my face and all of that have seen some really crazy shit. She's too snobby, she's um condescending. I've heard that.
mm,
Exactly, and it's crazy, right? Because are you kidding me? And I've heard all types of things, and I don't really mind because I know that. And there was a time when I kept more to myself, and it's hard for people to know who you are. It's easy for someone to just maybe see you sitting somewhere having a coffee, smoking a cigarette, right, trying to write up a project, just thinking about your life. And it's in Africa, it's here. They'll go away and they'll just think whatever it is they want to think. And some people, a lot of people make up stories. So many people made up some really crazy stories to corroborate and back up their reasons, their reasons for being really mean to me in on platforms and everywhere else where they thought I could that's the only place where I can thrive and all of that. But I don't mind at the same time. I don't mind because most people didn't get the chance to know me. We did Kaki Mbere, we did Up to Chill, and then I was really just really to myself. I cannot count the interviews that I've granted. It's like maybe five. In how many years? You know what I'm saying? Yes, in so long.
mm.
I don't even blogs. You cannot stand me. I don't talk. And I'm always commenting and showing them love. But I don't know how else they want me to love them. Because, maybe they want you to, I don't know, I don't suck up to people. I like people who think I can be cool with you today and we'll be friends. If tomorrow you break a strong principle, I'll tell you straight up. And most people just expect you to, just suck up to them or just be on their side because you're friends. No, there are limits. We can do crazy shit because we're friends. We can go and do anything we want to do, go to the wildest clubs, whatever we want to do because we're friends. But there's things that we're not going to do just because we're friends. You know what I'm saying? So most of
Wow.
the time, like people, it's hard to be around me. You have to be a real one, and that's one that my fans are real people. Anybody that follows me, that this person follows me, I know that I just feel a little bit more comfortable around them because I feel like I know them a little bit better than I know everyone else because they be like me, you understand. And even the way we talk, even the way we interact, when I just recognize my people, is clear. And that's another importance of keeping it real and candid because at the end of the day you can actually pick out your audience. if you
Mm,
cannot be if you cannot pick out your audience, you're not a business person. Even you're selling soap, even you're
right.
selling gari, if you cannot pick out your audience for real, you're not a business person. If you pretend that soap that people who want if you pretend that white gari is superior to yellow gari because it's cheaper to make and all of that and all of that and all of that, all those funny reasons, you might catch up for, like I said, for small, but at the end of the day, when yellow gari will be yellow gari. And
Mm.
why
I heard
have you?
someone say one time that Gasha was supposed to be the Daphne of the industry, and I was like, what comparison? To me, I don't know. Has anyone said that to you?
Are you kidding? Ain't nobody ever said that to me before.
Okay.
I promise you, like,
So they say most of the things behind your back.
yeah. No, I mean, I think that person, when someone speak like that, right? You realize that the person is really trying to mean well, but they are caught up in what has been projected to them as what is popping, what is success, what is the toppest echelon of everything, or what is
Mm,
not. You understand? So you
right.
can tell that for her at that point in time was the biggest example of what it means for someone to be succeeding. You understand?
Wow.
And for her on her level is the only way that she can use to compare. But
A
I
metrics
promise
of
you,
success.
nobody. Nobody ever walked up to me, and that's my girl right now was super cool. Even though people tried to like pitch us against each other, but everyone who walked up to me said the opposite. When she walked up to me, she knows what she told me. She gave him my flowers, she gave him my props, and that's
Mm.
what's up. You understand?
What's
Like
your relationship with Daphne like?
right now, we are like I would say sister-in-laws. You know that relationship. You know that
Okay.
relationship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the thing. Actually, that was going to be that's something that I fought personally because I
Mm.
saw that people wanted to use it to mislead the entire industry. They came and I don't know what the backstory is. People really know what really went down. Why? What that really why? But I know that in the face of the public successfully pitched Stanley Eno and Jovit against each other and caused them to feel like they were in a competition. Yeah, they did. And all the way because when if I say something and I can get up and feel like I hate someone. It happened to me.
Which sometimes I think is good for business, or I would presume, or looking at it from
It's
an
not
outside
good for
perspective.
business. It's not good for
Don't you
business.
think that, for example, whenever something happens, whenever Jovi wants to make a release, he would come and put up something that triggers the third, and it brings some buzz around whatever he's releasing. And
As an entertainer is normal. Like I always say, that's the advice I always give even label owners. Like when you're dealing with artists, understand that you're dealing with a rock star. That sometimes should be at the back of your mind. You must learn how to like help them consolidate their humility and their mental balance. But you have to know that this creator is a rock star.
what do you mean by
Active
that?
the things that what is attributed to a rock star: breaking guitars, being impulsive, extra emotions,
Mm.
unexplained mood swings, and some extra things that normal people that don't tap into those extra creative energies have. Like you see a kid with some spectrum, but they tell her that they're an amazing painter, but they don't talk. There's one thing.
Mm.
There's always something. You understand what I'm saying? They are rock stars. Like rock stars always have one quirk or two or three that always you understand. That goes a long way, and that's what makes them interesting. As an artist, you should have that as a person. You don't need to conjure it. You understand what I'm saying? First of all, and I was talking about the fact that like we're speaking about myself and Daphne, and I was talking about how I need people to learn from this. How okay, I split with my partners. I moved away
Yeah.
from the label. She's the next artist.
Mhm.
They invest their best on her, give her their best, like let's say
Mhm.
financially and infrastructure, like infrastructure, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And all
Mhm.
of that. And then you have the media constantly taunting me and trying to break at this whatever pinch, especially since I was obviously going through really hard times. You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Exactly. And they did it over and over. Daphne is replacing Gasha. They will write it on social media. It was insulting. It was not that they were trying to say facts or anything. I can be criticized by a 2 year old. If I do
Mhm.
something and a 2 year old comes and it makes sense, they have made sense. Period. If it makes sense, it just makes sense, and I just back off. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how
Yeah.
it is. Like if you see me talking, then it still doesn't make sense to me. So they came.
Whereas
So
you and Daphne have a good relationship
you're
backstage.
like no, before we were not friends, we were not meeting each other and all of that, and on those
Okay.
grounds it was very easy for two people who don't know each other, rumors reaching this camp,
Mm.
rumors reaching that camp, saying that this person has done this, that person has done this. It would have been very easy for me to justifiably, you understand
Yep.
what I'm saying,
Yeah.
just decide that okay, I don't fuck with you. Like you understand what I'm saying? And it
Yeah.
was easy for her to also gloat
You build
and
that
lift off
image.
those things and
Yeah.
and rub bathe in them and feel like she's the queen because of all of that, because somebody else was getting put down. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
that's an energy that I respect both of us for not really tapping into. You understand? Because you are just
Ooh.
human. Someone can come and give you a projection and you take it and make it yours more, and it was not even yours.
Mm.
Like rumors are very poisonous, very, very. And there's some kind of things that look very much like proof. You understand? They can just come and
Mhm.
tell me that, oh, this girl has said that, we're sitting in this gathering, in this industry night, and she said that. This person was there, this person, ask this person now, ask this person now. And then you go to tomorrow online, you see four different blogs posting those things with similar words, or you think that you can, go vex. You understand
Right.
what I mean? Yeah, you have to be like really objective to be like, you know what? Let's. This is irritating. This is
That's the
annoying.
media. There's
But
life,
until
and
this
there's another
person, yes,
relationship apart
doesn't,
from that.
yeah, you understand what I'm saying, right? And it made nice for when we met in person, and we literally giggled over those things. You know what I'm saying? And it was really cool, and it's better for business. That is better for business. You will say that we
Right.
don't have any collabo, we have not worked on anything together, but we don't know how we support each other behind the scenes. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? You don't know how I'm there for her or she's there for me behind the scenes. You don't know the prayers she's saying for me. You don't know the prayers I'm saying for her, and you don't
Mm.
know what those prayers can do for her, me, and so many billions of people. And
Mm.
and in those circumstances, to those people do something is always extraordinary. It's always super. It always has the impact it's supposed to have. There's so many people who have done collabos, but today when you think of them, you cannot think of those collabos. But the collabos are massive. I don't know
Right.
if you get me. Yes,
Mm.
it's not about the collaboration running, trying to build everybody. Know it's about what's their heart, what's the motivation, what's the. Even the way say don't blow by mistake. If you ask questions, you understand some story, Daddy. You understand
Mm.
me? Yes.
I would assume that from what you're saying, you're probably not going to pick sides on the Stanley and Noah and Jovi thing that is happening online. Because
Ah,
first, from your explanation between what was happening
what
on
is
the media
happening
between you and Jovi,
online? Those
yeah,
are not headlines. Those are not even topics. Like the captions blog used to even describe those things. It's like, why does this caption exist? People are
mm,
making something that's not supposed to be a thing into a thing. People don't even realize how much is ruining the people involved's lives and directing their everything on levels that you can think that is good for some temporary moments, but it causes people to judge so much their character and so much
right,
based on it.
yeah,
Are we here to impress people for a night? You think that there are
mm,
people who make $100,000 for a show? There are people who make $100,000 performing for 30 minutes. You
ooh,
know it. Yes, Marshmallow. There are people out there, co-play them. All those people, how much they take per show? When they're going on tour, how much they take? When they're inviting them somewhere, how much does Bruno Mars take for a show? There are people. So what are those headlines about? What are fighting over? What business? Where is it? What are the results of disorder?
mm,
Where did we really see a certain level of intentional disorder taking us? Where did we see it? Like, beyond what limit has it ever taken us? So people think that they need to, like, and most artists, young artists, they pick up that energy too. I will say
mm,
among so many young artists, more young rappers, they're going out talking on each other's personal lives, trying to bring down the mental state of, because this thing is a game of destroying the next person's mental spirit. That's
mm.
what even rap battles are about. And that's why for rap battles, it's a spiritual thing. You have to be very serious. You have to know the difference between wordplay, smart wordplay, and everything and everything and everything. Because if it's a wordplay, words are powerful. They get you, they have an impact, whether you like it or not. It's only if you know how to control that impact and how you do with you. But even God created the world with words. They are too powerful. So
Ooh,
it's a thing of trying to bring down how what words can I use to make the next person feel smallest. Then the other person is like, okay, how can I feel the next makes me feel absolutely small. You understand? And it even curbs your creativity because you start going to low levels to find punchlines. You start going some kind of funny places
mm,
to find things here and there because you want to reason the way normal intelligent person is actually trying to make wordplay. That's the energy. So I'm not really into beefs. I don't like beefs. If somebody annoys you for real and you feel like it's your free will, feel free. But I would not encourage the beef culture because it supposedly brings a certain kind of attention or because it supposedly brings some temporary business feedback or whatever. Like, if you want to beef, like, fight, like, organize a boxing match and make money, like, wrestle, let people see that you're mad. Let people say you're big mad, like you're not mad, and make some money off it. Like, it's productive. You drag people in it, and there are people, like, even when people get over that beef, there's some fans that don't let go. So many times it happens
Yeah.
like that, and
Yeah.
you see their fans. Some fans, they look up to their idol like it's the Bible. You even hear people for generation saying that I grew up, Tupac changed my life. This person changed my life. That people, music for them is like the Bible, and it's not. It's bigger than so many things. You know what I'm saying? And so when those people that look at that culture like it's their Bible for them, they take it to heart. You can evolve
Oh.
as a person, and you are not that person anymore. You know what I'm saying? But there's some people there that now everything in this life now is beef. You kill me, I kill you. You understand that kind of thing? I'll expose you, you expose me, and let anybody let everybody die. They what should happen, and that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, even look at Hollywood births. Hollywood births, the biggest births will come out in Hollywood. It's at most 3 days now. It's at
Yeah.
most 3 days. Yes. The craziest story is at
Exactly.
most 3 days. The 3 days after the next story is following up. So if you don't know have the sense to maximize billions of dollars in those 3 days, what is the point? If you
Right.
have not actually made billions of dollars in those 3 days, where you understand what I'm saying, like for real, like what is the actual point? You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Gasha, 10 years ago, you released Kaki Mbere, and I remember I heard you talking about one of the stories, a really funny story, by the way, about you going to shoot the video and in a construction site, and they wouldn't let you shoot the video until I think you had to play the song for the owner of the
The director.
construction site. What was the story? What was the story about?
The story was about the shoot of the video shoot of Kaki Mbere, my first experience on the field as an artist.
Was that your first
When I say,
experience?
yes, when I say on the field, I mean
Okay.
that was my first official music video that I made. We had done some
Okay.
tries, of course, because we edited those videos ourselves. Everything at that time we did everything 100% ourselves. Yeah. So after we have learned some one or two things on YouTube, attempted some things here and there, that was the first time we were actually going on field to carry out those details, location scouting, talking to people, making them actually understand that what is this crazy little girl in this era wanting to shoot a video. Not many people were going around trying to shoot videos back in the day. You understand?
Mhm.
It was not all the time that things like that happen, and yeah. So it was a whole different energy, and we went to that spot at Uja where
Mhm.
it was a
Construction site.
chantier, a very big chantier, like a whole neighborhood that they were constructing. And
Mhm.
yeah, and it was, I think it was a French slash Chinese collaboration, if I'm not mistaken. And we had gone and scouted the location because we drove all over. We drove in all over Yaoundé looking for beautiful places that looked like what we were like visualizing.
Envisioning. Mhm.
So right, so we just went there, and then we tried to speak to some guys that were there like 3 days before, and we're like, please, we want to come and shoot all those things. First was like, yeah, what's going on? And they were like, yeah, true, cool, no, but everybody come and shoot, no problem. You understand? And they been getting small things to 2,000. That time 2,000 we did like 400,000. You understand? Because we first send our fan there for go shoot or some kind of thing that we go all out, like, you understand? So
Oh.
one five for you that time, we been are you kidding me? It was not small money. It was not small money. Who say you take am? Who say you say how I manage enter your hand? Let me say it was not small. So we don't go get the put small, prepare small thing for that man that say, okay, we can in 3 days, we can shoot. So now we don't go now in 3 days, we don't go struggle, we get some motor, get that wrangler, or that us maybe a challenge, or team. I learn to drive like 2 3 days. I say, okay, we'll go reach for day. Because the guy will give me the wrangler, if he need man do for drive, and it makes sense because
And you
wrangler.
learned to drive in 3 days.
I no, not like drive, but I could move the car around the field so we could shoot. You
Oh,
understand now?
okay.
Yes. So we don't come back. We didn't ready. Spirit is up. We did come out house. I don't call one or two family members and tell them, guys, pray for me. It's finally happening. I'm going to take some of the first scenes for Kaki Mbere, blah 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 blah. And then we go get there, and then everybody's there, everything is there, the whole team is there, everybody was successfully brought to be to even stand there, they're there, and then they're like, we cannot shoot. And we're like, sorry, people said in 3 days. They said, no, today's a very active day on the chantier. We cannot shoot. I said,
Oh.
but they told us that 3 days, like this thing, everything here is rented. You sleep one day, you have to add 25,000 again. Like, there's no way. Please, we're begging. See, I begged that day, I almost said cry. Then we begged for like 1 hour, 30 minutes. They refused. They were so rude. And then Pastor and everyone was like, you know what, it's cool, let's go home. I went and sat on top of that wrangler, that top. I was like, me, I'm not leaving this place. God knows that now. It's a caterpillar that will move me from here. I'm not leaving here. Let the night come. Let the sun go. Let me know that now. Okay, we're not going to shoot today.
What's up, guys? Very quick one before you keep watching the rest of the video. So we have just announced the launch of the Smart Club, which is my private mentorship club for anyone who wants to learn a high income digital marketing skill. So I just wanted to have a quick break to tell you about it. 12 plus digital marketing skills that you can learn from, whether you're building your personal brand, whether you want to become a freelancer, a service provider, or your goal is to learn that digital marketing skill and land a digital marketing job. 12 plus digital marketing skills, and I'm personally going to mentor you for the next couple of months every week through my live master classes and everything like that. And so I just wanted to break here and ask you to go check it out. Down in the description there's going to be a link. Go check it out and make sure that you enroll in the club before you continue watching the rest of the video. I look forward to seeing you on your very first club session.
So pitiful. And then everybody, the team, they came, they were like, you know what, anyways, move to wait again small. Because everybody was like, they're packing up to leave. So they're like, okay, move, just wait again small. As they were like, let's wait again. The director had come up because when I sat on top of the car, they had built a plank fence around the chantier. So as I sat on top of the car, I could see over the plank fence. You understand? So I kept seeing that French guy coming and going in, coming out and going in. And I was like, I'm not living here. Oh. I'm not living here. Whoever is responsible for this place is going to find me. I'm not living. I just sat. I want to see. He did his hand like, like what's going on? Like what's going on there? Like more like what's going on. So nobody was giving him feedback. So he sent some people to go over and ask us what we wanted. So they came, but they just came. They didn't even say le boss a dit vous voulez quoi. They just came. Le boss a dit que vous quittez là-bas. Quittez. C'est la musique de quoi? Quittez maintenant. I just said, ma that I don't say that man's body language was not like that. That's no. I don't think that's what that man said. I don't think so. Like, I just I was thinking that the guy was like he still that's what he did now. He said like come approach, and then the guys they brought us in. He was like let everybody enter his office. That's how my friends were shaking. They were like boo, 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 that they were shaking, and they were like so who is responsible for these people here? They just pushed me in front. I just went in front. I was like, I'm responsible. They were like, so what is the point of all that rockus focus going on out there? So I was like, we came to shoot. These guys promised us that we could shoot. And we've come today and they're telling us that we cannot shoot. These machines were rented. They are so expensive. So expensive. Everyone has chipped in from a task to here, all levels for them. Even the money that we had to be standing here like that. So there's no way we cannot go home. He was like, okay. If I don't look that boy in some way, then there is no more play the song. I play the song where I want to shoot them. I played the song. I was scared because I just had my small phone that time and I was like, the bass on all the instruments are not sounding. Will he appreciate it? Will he know what he's hearing? But I just played it and put it on the table. It's all we had. We did not have Bluetooth speakers. I just played it and put it on the table. And like 10 seconds into the song playing, he turned and looked at me and was like, are you the one singing this song? I was like, yes. He said, is this the song you are trying to shoot? I said, yes, this is the song. He then asked me, did you guys play this song? People are driving this child. Do people know who this is? They're insulting them. That's like Cameroonians. I said, it caused them. I said, Cameroonian. And they said, person go can't stand for now. And I drive it. So they throw it down for skin. When I not even hear, when I know what this kind of music be. It just close chantier. He just said, okay, the chantier. Yes, he just close chantier that moment. He said, chantier, make that chantier close. He called that chef chantier, because drive. He said, me give all my heart. Say, me give all my whole team heart. Then carry for any side we want go, any location we want shoot, make we shoot for day. Any lorry, any tractor, officer we need that, make we shoot for day. And you're like, I don't know. He close the whole chantier. We shoot, finish that, we finish. I go tell you, say thank you. He tell me, say, he wish me the very best for my career. I say, that music not just if you believe say Cameroonian and I so shoot that scene, and every other scene of shoot that Kaki Mbere, you get a similar energy. You understand what I mean? Just that scene alone for that film where we keep driving motor, they can't so way that they can't chanting or why they can't pass that body by just that part for go shoot them, and we get 3 different locations, and each and every location get a crazy story behind. You understand? So, anyways, that's the story of Kaki Mbere video shoot. It was always God.
It's interesting that you actually share some of that entire journey. And when I just think about it, I can imagine the road you've had to get right up to this place. And I wonder, which is something I want to ask you. And if someone said to you, Gasha, if you were to start all over again, let's say that you're talking to your 20-year-old self starting out in music. If you were to start over again, what would you do differently?
There were parts of myself and my creativity and my manner of expressing myself that people asked me to curb. Like my music, my sound was the only thing that was unaffected. Because living among thorns, you have to adapt because they actually prick, and they prick and they hurt when they prick, and you bleed and you lose blood and all of that.
Mm.
I was born very free spirited. I was born so bold. I was that guy. I did not have, it was not about culture, it was not about anything. I used to talk about things that did not exist from when I was 3. I used to talk about things that I later on heard great people speaking about later on in my life when I was already 10. I had ideas. I was mentally emancipated. I grew up with powerful grandmothers who smoked the pipe, powerful women who were in the village, they'd be the fear at them. You understand? They be known that they for Palestine. Now only the way time man they talk. Now the woman that way they raised me. Now the woman that way they raised my big mommy them and my mommy them. You understand? So I was always that kid. But later on, it was like everything about me was you're too everything, you're too sweet, you're too this, you're too eccentric, you're too, and I started feeling the need like, okay, let me just, tune down my that sweetness, that eccentricness. You know what? Let me just stay away from people. Let me just stay away from people. Meanwhile, for real, I know say if I be the do my very music the way I did do and so. You understand what I mean? And I not allow anybody for
Mm.
direct how I be express my views them on so many things them. I for don't make a greater impact. You understand what I mean, right? Because people even made me to believe that
Right.
there's a time to advise people. You understand? There's a time to have fun. There's a time to this. There's a time to that. You dey advise me you be whom? I dey drive motor, you need drive motor, you want advise me how? Things like that get to you. And they're like, okay, and you can start telling yourself, okay, maybe I should actually finish doing what I'm doing before I feel the need to reach out to 1 or 2 people to help them out because I already accept that they will not listen. You understand
Mm.
what I'm saying? And I see society catching up to people with my personality, to be person of my personality that they're catching up with it now, just now. You understand what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I was always a fun, cool motherfucker. I
Yeah,
was
but
thinking about,
this is the side of you that was not
you
shown
understand what I'm
out
saying? Yes,
because people will
yes,
say to you, you have to repress this side.
exactly. If I could be different from that person, I would help more people. I'll reach out to more people. And what like blessings are what happens when you help people. Like
Mm.
when you're yourself, when you forget yourself and do things for other people, even if it's going to make you look stupid. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question and you can choose to answer it or not. But I know that a lot of people would also be very curious as to how
Okay.
you go through September 2023. You posted a very sad note about your miscarriage, which, by the way, was very brave for you to even come out and talk about it and even acknowledge that you were going through such a difficult time. What was that moment like for you? And yeah, how did you just pull through it?
You know, the worst part about that whole moment was, it's like when you learn about Christ and his sufferings, they tell you that there was a physical cross and then there was a
Mm.
spiritual cross. And they will tell you the spiritual cross was heavier than the spiritual cross. That's what the word says. Because he was carrying people's guilt, he was carrying people's karma, all the evil
Mm.
things that should happen to you. Should you not accept that he took it away from you? That's what he was really carrying. Those is that worse than those whips and those lashes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And at that moment in my life, I was experiencing a double miscarriage, a quadruple miscarriage. Everything,
Oh.
almost everything that I was working on, that I was pursuing, that I was holding on to from spiritually to physically, I lost them. I lost them. And I had I I thought that I would die. And I thought that I didn't want to see the light, like I didn't want to see the sun. It was it was just like, how is this fair? How is
Yeah.
any of this fair? Like,
Yeah.
what's the point? Like how is this is why people go around saying it's okay to be evil. Why is any of this fair? Why? Why? When it always seems like the evilest people get away with the craziest shit, and the people who are trying their best to just breathe, they just keep losing it and losing it and losing it. What am I doing wrong? What is going on? You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? And at that moment, I I I felt the presence of my God in a way that, like, I don't know how to explain it, but he was there.
Mm.
I don't know if you can, I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but you understand that this, when he says he can take away anything, he literally means it. And you would think that there are levels to pain, and there are levels to losses, and you just realize that he means what he says. And
Right.
I learned, I took a 360 turnabout. It was beautiful. I saw my God. I prayed to him. I prayed from a place that I'd never prayed from before. And I experienced praying from that place, and the kind of things that happen to your soul and to your heart when you pray from that place, from the healing of things that we don't even know you were suffering from, and the direction and the guidance and the clarity, and just everything that you need actually to execute your purpose for real, and not just be an existential creature.
About 4 years ago, I started an email list. We have about 21,000 people on the email list now. And I realized that when I started initially, I would share the big wins. Hey, I just had this. I just had this big win. I just did this. Sounded cool. Sounded nice. But gradually, I will get hate emails. People write me back. Oh, you're so full of yourself. You're just telling me every win. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm just sharing good wins. Like,
Exactly.
can't you just
Like,
see? But
how?
here's
It's
where
like
the
I know.
twist happened. And then somewhere in between, I decided, okay, I will both share the failures and the wins.
Right.
Right. So, for
Right.
example, there's a time I missed a flight. I missed a flight in Turkey, and I'm stranded. I had to sleep at the airport because I don't want to pay another flight. I don't want to go out and pay another hotel room. I know
Hotel
they
and
bought
all
more money
that.
with the I missed flight. Okay, I wrote that down in the email list. Another time I had a star, my eye was so swollen. I wrote that down in an email list, and then I get people writing back, "Oh, Arrey, I relate to you so much." I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
really?" So these are
Yeah.
the things that you also relate to. So when I saw
Right.
you share that, I was just like, now this is also the human side because the tendency for us, especially in the digital age, is to say, "Oh, I'm just this person who's just emotionally strong, and I'm just tough, and I'm just," even from an artist perspective, for you yourself as well. But you putting that out there, I thought was very, very vulnerable, and I think also very tough because it takes a level of courage to say you're putting this out there, meaning that you're ready and you know what the people will say. I'm sure you
Mhm.
expected it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's why I think it was brave of you to put that out there.
Thank you. I'm glad you get it.
I wanted to ask you. I have just a few more questions for you, but I wanted to ask you from an artist perspective,
Yeah.
what could be the biggest breakthrough for our entertainment industry? What do you think our industry needs right now?
Our industry needs therapy. Oh my god. Our
Say that
industry
again.
needs lots and lots of therapy. Like,
Therapy.
exactly. Everything starts from healing, everything starts from a place of healing, and everything that needs to have a permanent impact. And so many things need to be untaught, so many neural pathways rearranged, so many thought
Mhm.
patterns, so many, just everything rearranged, because, like I said, it is
Give me an
so.
example, please.
For instance, if you look at Cameroon, in the
Hmm.
industry here, there was our fathers, Kotobas and all the rock stars that were big before a generation came in and then started urban music and started contemporary urban contemporary music and all of that. You know what I'm saying, right? And when that this new era started, you understand, with a few of us, I'm privileged, one of the pioneers, as a matter of
Mm.
fact. um they were really
That's a
you
nice
were
stretch.
so silly. There was a genuine hunger. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of free will in play, because it's not about trying to control people, or I don't want to impose my idea on anybody. Like I said, I want to start from people actually choosing. Like, don't tell someone that you must do this or you must do this. This is the only thing that works. Tell them that these
Mm.
are the options, with love, even if it's going to work against you. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying, right? Yeah. And we don't have that setup here. And when we try to compare ourselves to other countries, which is different mentalities and different cultural backgrounds and different, manners of thinking, we talk about all the wrong things but that thing. If you stand by the road in the UK or in the US maybe, and you're playing a guitar
Mm.
and you're dancing, or even maybe in Ghana, in some places that are really cool, people will come and throw you some coins and they'll dance with you. But if you stand at a source, they'll, they'll say you have lost it. They'll say you have lost it. They'll say that one the career don't finally finish. You know this thing man for corner road. We have a crazy, regressive way of perceiving everything artistic. We have to understand that art is a business of spirituality, it's a business of humanity, it's a business of it's art. It's something that is not tangible. It's something that is
Mm.
created from either something that inspired or some place that did not exist before per se. So we don't have the right approach towards this thing called art market. We don't have an art market. We don't have so many things. The grand friends and the grand sales on top in quotes, they are telling people all the wrong ways to succeed. The people are you just see everybody's mental capacity is dwarfed. Their creative capacity is dwarfed. If you even speak to the artists that seemed like they were succeeding, they will tell you that they are not that satisfied with that level of success that is overhyped by everybody, and then they thought they
Mm.
wish they did different. Most will tell you that this I have a hard time following up from practicing this genre of bursts for so long. I thought that I could catch up later on, but like I said, what you practice is what gets perfect about you. You think that you leave this one and practice one and then catch up later, but no, what you have practiced what will stay in your subconscious, and then you realize only later that you have actually forgotten how to do that thing you were so awesome at. You understand what I'm saying? So we also have to give the room for all genres of music. We over prioritize trends and mainstream over other genres of expression, and and art and music and culture and all of that. There are no platforms for contemporary music in Cameroon. Absolutely none. Absolutely no. So let's say that if an artist wants to do maybe acoustic music, some kind of genres and some kind of vibes here, they have to know already before time that they have no place to perform, because
Mm.
even the business setups and the companies, they will take what is trending. It works
You're
for
not
them,
positioned
but
to
never for
accept
the
that. Yeah.
artist. You
Mm.
get it works for the business setups. They don't care about values. Is this whore trending right now? Okay, this whore is going to endorse this thing right now. We don't care if she's a whore or not. If people know she's a whore or not, she'll endorse it. We know already calculated how much we'll make. They will make it. They will make
Mm.
it. You understand? For that moment that they want, they will go to the next one. They think as business people, they're also part of the problem. You understand? Because the only thing, so it's a whole setup from the mamas on top or whatever to whoever under, and the people are so eager to believe that that's the only way, because they actually want an easy way out. So like I said, it will take a lot of therapy. It will take a lot of unteaching what has been taught. It will take a
Mm.
lot of intentional bombarding of propaganda that gives the direct opposite of those schools of thoughts and those mentalities and those things. You understand what I mean? If you ask most artists that are popping what their career is built on, you'll be shocked at this flimsy surprise answers that they'll give you, and you'll be like, wow, if this nonsense can really pop, then why is a real state of mind and mentality not popping? Why don't they know people like Mara? Why are people like Mara, like we say Mara? Mara na die. Marian I die, I wanna die with that beginning. I yoke some other girl. I yoke the very good artist. This other young lady. I just forgot her name, and she's always really supportive under my stuff. And she plays the guitar, and she's so chill. Like those are people that even if they're waiting, forget all to put to give them attention to. You don't you can promote their whatever you want to promote, but don't promote it with the intention of benching or desking whatsoever that can you think is how do I put it? It's competition for you because I got up and people are finding me as competition. I'm not your competition. I'm co-place competition. I'm not your competition. You are
Oh,
all those people's competition out there. I don't know who you trying to compete with, but it's not me. Don't give me that energy when you see me, hug me, love me, because at the back of my mind, trust me, I'm not even trying to do anything around the lane where you are. Like the most I would do is make clap for you, encourage you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain mentality, and people are just confused over what was not, what was people are input like a productive competition. What is productive competition? What you don't you define it. You don't know what you're talking about. You're putting it in all the wrong context. You're encouraging bullshit in all the wrong context. You are defending nonsense in all the wrong context. And how can a business like that thrive? Even a company, a hotel will tell you that the workers respect their places, everybody respects that. It's like that. To an extent it must be like that. So when we talk about a market here, like I said, I'm talking about my challenge. I'm not dissing anybody's achievement. When I go consider myself say, Gasha, you don't sign me come as artist. Now when they don't sign me 20K, give me say, okay, can't perform. You understand what I mean? I'll say,
all
okay,
right.
mommy, all right. You have started making it. You have started making it. You know that the money is everything, but that's just the final result. It's like a business person that's to show their
For sure.
balance. Yeah, you understand now? Yeah. So that's it. So I think that we should aspire to more. We should be taught to let's stop being comfortable with just nothing. Let's stop being comfortable with likes on posts that will be forgotten. If you criticize Niger man for you, he say, what you mean? Show me now, mama. That's a straight instinct. But if you talk to a Cameroonian, the energy you receive is different. It's completely different. So you see so many things coming to play with the reason why the industry is how it is. So many selfish business administrators selling whatever they dream they think they should sell in the moment to get whatever they to make their means end, and children buying into it. They need therapy.
What is next for Gasha? Yeah.
Can you imagine this person who's sitting before you now after learning everything she's learned, after experiencing everything she's experienced? She's ready to be on top of her game without ever coming down, ever. You
Oh,
understand what I'm saying? Yep. Because I always
that
knew I was going to
involves.
be here. I always knew where I was going to be after I got here. I knew that okay, we're going to take our time, just make audios. It's expensive to do audio visual packaging for an artist of my caliber without compromising or taking too much from the image and all of that, or even giving the wrong information is expensive. I'll just take 3 to 4 years. I'll just do only audios, understand my thing, so that when I get out there, I can do anything I want to do, and it will not be a matter of I can explore and explore even more, have a good time, and do whatever entertain with every single part of my personality because I have Beethoven down to Cardi B energy. I was literally like a monk the past years, just being in my corner and just really working on the things that were priority and the things because and situations and everything. Okay, perfect guidance. What can we do? We get even chiller. We get even more onto the inside. We understand the sound more. We understand the music more. When we have enough in our coffers, because I have over 300 songs written and so many songs recorded that are not listened, that I've not heard it. All of them are super timeless pieces. Like selected. I can I'm good for life. I and 10 other artists are good for life. I could share them contents forever right now. Change their whole lives. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a good place. My portfolio is heavy and my plans are more feasible. And right now, I know that this phase is going to be super challenging because even just that phase, just the studio sessions, just every single little thing, detail that comes with that phase was super challenging for me as an independent artist. And right now, this is the next phase, and this is that packaging phase. That okay, that let's share you. Who are you? Let us share
Mm,
your personality. What do you think about this? How you feel about this? How you feeling
mm,
right now? How you feeling about yesterday? And all of that. Those things that the fans need to see to complete the picture they have of you and to better understand your message and all of that. Because, like I said, we've not interacted with the public, with the media, and all of those people for so long. Even when they spoke about me, I didn't say. People sometimes wrote me and say something, I wouldn't. It's just this one time that somebody really fucking hurt my integrity, and I was just like, you know what? Sometimes if you keep
okay.
quiet too much, people start to feel like you have a problem. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? So yes, I said something like that, but generally, I'm just like, nah, 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 nah. So right now, okay, let's you will be entertained. That's what's next. And all the goodies that come with it, because we generally have very beautiful plans as moves are concerned, from tours to albums to what's next to charity to how we impact this to starting this, starting that,
Mm,
all of that. Very beautiful things are in view normally, but just be ready to be entertained. Just get ready to be
right.
super entertained.
When all is said and done, how do you want to be remembered as Gasha?
I want to be remembered as someone who gave joy, Sha. I want to give so much joy. Like, I want to be remembered as someone that, like, whenever I come in, people feel happy, people feel blessed, people heal, people find a way out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to give joy. People who know me know I'm that guy. I can be the group clown just for that case. Like, I don't want to be taken too seriously, except things that we should all take seriously. I want to have a good time. I want to show people a really good time. I want to make life easy for people, because when you've gone through life as I have, you've never had anything easily handed to you. You understand every single one franc, every single support, every single you're doing good, every single tap on the back that you get. You appreciate it differently. So I've learned how to know the essence of those feelings and the impact it has in people's lives. And I really want to be that guy who can be a bridge for people to cross, to their dreams, to their everything. Yeah, I just that's how I want to be remembered. Like, as a super dope mom, as a super dope family girl. I want to be known as that girl who reminded people of serious values. That who reminded people that you don't, all these things that I've told you, that a woman is not that. You can be a real submissive, beautiful lady and still be an
Mm,
emancipated female and just live your life as you wish. It's important for the woman to learn that, because they're getting all the concepts twisted, from the concept of feminism to everything. And woman is the backbone of humanity, whether you like it or not. Yeah, so I just want to be remembered as somebody who made things better for humans and for the people that came in contact with me.
right. For those who are going to be watching this, this is about 3 a.m. We're seated here to record this because we have tried recording a bunch of times and this didn't work out. So, but yes, Gaja, I want to thank you really, really, really very much for making out time for this. The thing that I've loved most about the conversation is that I could feel that at every step of the journey, you have been, number one, you've been very conscious about your journey. Number two, you seem like a really, having this conversation with you, you seem like someone who's really reflective. You're more into, you're more conscious about what you do than people would realize, like the actions, and I could tell that you're the person who would go, let me sit down and think about this. Let me not just to do it, but let me think about the reason why I'm doing this. And then you
Yeah,
start to, oh, okay, let me learn. What did I learn from this? What did I do this?
right.
And I think I kind of see a very big similarity with my own personality because I know that I'm always in my head a lot when I'm trying to do things. And yeah, I appreciate that you share vulnerably, but most importantly, I could feel that you have grown with your journey. And I hope that those who watch this as well feel that energy and start to regard you in a different way. So thank you for having this conversation.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me. I've really, really enjoyed it. And sometimes when you're given the chance to speak about yourself, which is something that people like me seldom do, you get to even see yourself better in the moment, even, and you are reminded of your values. You are reminded of so many things, and it's very important, because there's a reason why they say you should study every day and all of that, because you cannot study today for forever in your life, and you have to repeat those things to yourself. You have to see those things. You have to try so that they stay in your subconscious, and that's by constant repetition. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that you have triggered those parts of my brain to think about those things and to answer those questions and to consider them, because I'm definitely living here more inspired and more determined. And approval is a good thing. When you get approval for something that you're doing, is a very good feeling, and it's an information that everyone needs. I'm very, very happy to do this.
If you just enjoyed this episode, the chances are that you're going to love other amazing episodes that we've recorded, so don't forget to check that out in the suggestion, and please hit the follow button so that you can keep in touch every time we publish an episode. Down in the description below, you'll find links to really helpful resources and also links to connect with the guest so that you can keep in touch with their amazing work. Like I always say, my friends, cheers to many more years of shamelessly living and crazily excelling in passion and purpose, and I'll speak to you in the next episode.